I would like to request Mrs. Vimla Raigar, wife of Consul General Mr. Madanlal Raigar, to present a bouquet of flowers to our chief guest, Her Excellency Dr. Dorothy Stapelfeld, Senator in the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing of the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg. Her Excellency Dr. Dorothy Stapelfeld, Senator in the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing of the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all a very good evening and welcome you on behalf of the Consulate General of India, Hamburg, to the celebration of the 71st Republic Day of India. We are extremely glad that despite the cold weather, and today being a working day, we have a large attendance. And it is like the song, Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Ria, where families and friends meet up after one whole year. And it is on this very special day, our Republic Day, when we meet many of you and we see the known and familiar faces. Nevertheless, we sincerely hope that all of you will have a wonderful evening today. But first, before we commence our program, I have a small request and would like to seek your cooperation and request you to switch off your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid any kind of interruption. Secondly, as per the EU regulations on data protection, Datenschutz, Grundverordnung, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that we will be taking out photographs and also a video of the event. Indeed, the official part of our program will commence now with the playing of the national anthems of the Republic of India and the Federal Republic of Germany. We now move on with the second item on our agenda. Sorry for the glitch. I hope you will understand that gadgets don't always obey what is told to them. Well, we now move on with the second item on our agenda, and that is a welcome address by Consul General Mr. Madan Lal Raigar. I request Mr. Madan Lal Raigar to come on stage and deliver his welcome address.
Hello. Thank you, madam. I welcome all here in our this beautiful building. Our chief guest today, Senator Dr. Dorothy Stapleton, Dean of Consulate, my friend Oksana Rajvik, my fellow consular colleagues, State Secretary Frau Petra Lodskep, Mayor of Hanover Rathaus Frau Regina Krambeck, friends of India, brothers and sisters from the Indian diaspora, Namaskar, Guten Abend, good evening to all of you. I extend a very warm welcome to our guests on this special occasion when we are celebrating completion of 70 glorious years of India as an independent republic. I also take this opportunity to extend my warm greetings to all members of the Indian diaspora present here. A special thank goes to Senator Dr. Dorothy Stapleton for accepting our invitation and being with us as the chief guest today. India adopted its new constitution on 26 January 1950, which provides its citizens rights and freedom as envisaged therein and guides the governments and the administration to govern the country well within the defined framework of rules and regulations enshrined in it. India is one of the biggest democracies of the world, and it upholds rights and wishes of her citizens. It proudly flourishes and cherishes as one of the best republics among the community of nations. Last year, India completed the largest democratic exercise in the history of mankind. For 1.3 billion Indians, it was not just an ordinary election, but a celebration, a mega festival of democracy. There were 900 million eligible voters, out of which more than 600 million actually voted. India is a land of history embedded in its architecture, where colorful cultures coexist and where the geographies are vast and varied. Despite so many diversities, we are Indians first, and then come the other aspects of our identity. We are proud of our unity in diversity. International governments are looking at the Indian politics with keen interest, not only due to diaspora's presence, but also due to opportunities for market, educational achievements, professional skills, cultural diversity, secular values, adaptability to democratic principles, and for strengthening ties with India. Germany has had long-standing diplomatic relations with India and exchange of people for more than a century. A noteworthy aspect of independent India's foreign engagements has been the India-Germany partnership, which is today almost as old as the Indian Constitution itself. India's close and traditionally friendly relations with Germany draws its strength from the shared respect for democracy, fundamental freedoms, and rule of law enshrined in our Constitution. With these at the base, we have developed strong partnerships in economic, science and technology, defense and cultural spheres. One of the defining principles of our bilateral relations is the close and regular engagement between our leaders. In November 2019, Chancellor Merkel received a warm welcome in India to co-chair the 5th intergovernmental consultations with Prime Minister Modi. The signing of 22 agreements in diverse areas such as skill development, digitalization and education, and in new and upcoming areas of strategic interest such as artificial intelligence, has charted out a roadmap for closer cooperation. Being strategic partners, our cooperation is multifaceted and stretches to multilateral issues of mutual concern, including climate change and reform of the United Nations Security Council. Leaders of both our countries remain committed to working together to defeat terrorism, achieve sustainable development, and have a fair system of global trade. Germany is also one of the biggest partners in India's flagship scheme, Make in India, and a German-specific program devised by the Indian government, which is called Make in India Mittelstand, MIIM. Just the board is there in the backside. Inviting Germany's small and medium-sized family-owned companies to invest and manufacture in India with incentives being provided to them by the Indian government. Total bilateral trade volume between India and Germany in 2018 amounted to Euro 21.41 billion, and in January to October last year it amounted to Euro 17.5 billion. The Consulate here in Hamburg has been very active to strengthen economic, cultural and educational ties with the 4 German states: Hamburg, Lower-Saxony, Schleswig-Holstein and Bremen. The robust trade relations are also reflected in the large Indian participation for the several trade fairs held in Hamburg, Hanover and other states. And also we had a lot of trade commerce events thanks to all states Chamber of Commerce, the Hamburg Invest and other trade bodies who facilitate all those our trade commerce events. As far as implementation are concerned, Hamburg has a special and important place for India. Even before independence, India had a trade commissioners posted at Hamburg, which used to work under the British India High Commission based in London. Independent India opened its consulate in Hamburg in June 1952. It shows the importance of the beautiful city providing trade route not only for India but for the whole of Europe and the rest of the world. Another live example celebrating relations between Hamburg and India is the India Week Hamburg, organized by the Hamburg Senate every alternate year. There have been 70 plus India-specific events during the 8th India Week Hamburg held from 20th October to 3rd November 2019, which was inaugurated by the first mayor, Dr. Peter Senchel, at the Rathaus on 28th October 2019. Frau Governor Instead, head of the unit at the Senate, and Ms. Julian Shiraisi, head of the International Cooperation Desk from the Hamburg Senate, were the pillar of support and catalyst in organizing this mega event in addition to so many other partners. With active collaborations of the city of Hanover and Indian Association of Hanover, for the first time, a 4-day event, India Days in Hanover, was organized in March 2019 at Hanover. I would like to place on record my sincere appreciation for the authorities of the city of Hanover and ISS for their cooperation. The Consulate wishes to continue this event in future too. It is estimated that the Indian diaspora in Germany is about 169,000. Despite the small proportion, they make significant contribution to the social, cultural life and economy of Germany. And they have a great potential for strengthening closer ties between India and Germany. In Germany, the Indian diaspora stands apart as majority of them are educationally well qualified. Germany has welcomed a lot of Indians who have settled here permanently and have contributed immensely to its development. The German education institutes have attracted a lot of Indian students. 20,000 strong Indian diaspora reside in northwestern part of Germany, which falls under our jurisdiction, which includes 2,616 students. There are 34 Indian diaspora associations, which includes 6 Indian student associations here. The Consulate is in continuous touch with these associations and collaborates with them in organizing a number of events every year to mark various Indian festivities showcasing ancient Indian traditions, rich culture and heritage. I can proudly say that the outreach of the Consulate to the Indian diaspora and the Indian students has been outstanding. The Consulate also organizes several events individually and also in collaboration with the Indian diaspora associations to celebrate the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the world's greatest leader, whose messages of truth, peace and non-violence are well known to the entire world. We have also been celebrating the 550th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism and the first of the 10 Sikh Gurus. Guru Nanak Dev Ji traveled far and wide, reaching people the message of one God who dwells in every one of his creations and constitutes the eternal truth. He set up a unique spiritual, social and political platform based on equality, fraternal love, goodness and virtue. In this connection, the Consulate has been in touch with the Punjabi community, Gurudwaras, and partnered with them to spread Guru Nanak Dev Ji's message of peace, harmony and inclusive society. So, keeping in view India's enhancing engagement with the northwestern part of Germany, the Indian government has purchased this beautiful building. It's a heritage building and shifted in here in September 2018, and it was inaugurated on 8th of October 2018. And this is the photo of our former State Secretary and our ambassador who were here that day. The Consulate is able to provide better working environment to its employees and better services to the visitors at this spacious premises. I would like to place on record my appreciation and gratefulness to the Hamburg Senate through you, Madam Senator, for all the support and cooperation we received from the Hamburg state authorities in general and the Senate protocol in particular in purchase and acquisition of this building. I would also like to introduce Mr. Ulf Lutzweig, is he around? There. And Dr. Thomas Kiefer, is he there? Here. Oh, here. They visited India way back in 1987. And Mr. Lutzweig is a professional painter and sculptor. Dr. Kiefer is a photographer, business and promotion, and he does a lot of things. Their sketches and photographs are displayed in the hall, backside. Those were their impressions of India before 1987. I request them and urge them to visit India once again. They will witness a modern India surging ahead with much more development and better infrastructure and share impressions of their new experiences with everyone in Germany through their art. Our guests today will also enjoy a classical dance performance by professional dancer Mr. Devdat Prasad later after the formal speeches. With that, I conclude and have an earnest wish and prayer that India and Germany develop and prosper further along with the rest of the world, and that the good sense prevails upon all concerned to make this world a peaceful place to live in. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank. Jai Hind.
I would like to request all guests who are standing in the corridor to please come in. Please settle down inside, please. Thank you, Mr. Reiger, for your factual and informative speech. Today, our chief guest is Her Excellency, Dr. Dorothy Stapelfeld, Senator in the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg. Way back in the year 2000, Dr. Stapelfeld was the President of Hamburg Parliament. In 2011, she assumed charge as the second mayor of Hamburg and was Senator in the Ministry of Science and Research. During her tenure as the second mayor, she had graced our Republic Day celebration at the Museum for Ethnology in the year 2014. Currently, Dr. Stapelfeld is a Senator for Urban Development and Housing of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg. I now have the pleasure of inviting Her Excellency Dr. Dorothy Stapelfeld, Senator in the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg, to deliver her address.
Consul General, Madame Doyen, Mayor Kramarek, members of the Consular Corps, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and an honor for me to speak to you today on this special occasion. January 26th marks Republic Day, one of India's great national celebrations. I thank you for your kind invitation and I salute you on behalf of the Senate of the Free and Hanseatic City of Hamburg. Relations between Hamburg and India go back about 400 years. It's a history of commercial exchange, of course, but also of great cultural fascination. India, by German standards, has always been a vast territory characterized by an ancient, sometimes mysterious, always vital and incredibly fascinating culture. Now many people know this, but one of our greatest philosophers, Arthur Schopenhauer, at certain times in his life found solace and inspiration by reading the Upanishads on a daily basis. He used to study those texts right before going to bed at night. I'm bringing that up to make a certain point. Even though India is half a world away, there is definitely something like a natural attraction between our two cultures. And that has proven to be a great foundation for good bilateral relations. Let me just give you a few examples. Germany is India's most important trading partner within the European Union. About 1,000 German companies are working in India. Germany, after the United States, is India's second most important partner when it comes to research and development. And starting in 2011, we have biannual consultations between our national governments discussing challenges in the fields of energy, the economy, education, culture and science. In many of those areas, our interests are very much aligned, and so I think we can be very grateful for the way our relations have developed over the last decades. It has been said that all politics is local. It's an assertion that is, of course, up to debate, but in certain ways it's definitely true. A pillar of good Indo-German relations are excellent relations between our Hamburg region and India. In 1956, India's first Prime Minister, Nehru, visited Hamburg. And so did current Prime Minister Modi for the G20 talks 2 years ago. We have about 3,500 Indian nationals living in Hamburg. About 500 of them are university students. More than 50 Indian companies have offices in Hamburg, and about 550 Hamburg companies are doing business with India. About 100 of those have offices over there. president of the GIGA, German Institute of Global and Area Studies, and professor of international relations at the University of Hamburg since 2014, is the internationally renowned academic professor Dr. Amrita Narlikar, who grew up in India and whose parents are with us today. I hope so. In admiration of one of the great sons of India, the Senate named the bridge leading to the Philharmonie our latest landmark, Mahatma Gandhi Brücke. And last but certainly not least, there is India Week in Hamburg, you mentioned it. Last October, our biennial format to boost bilateral relations featured about 70 events in all of Hamburg, ranging from economics to culture. As an aside, we even had a cricket tournament that saw German team Victoria and the Indian team Punjab HC on the pitch, which only goes to show that our cooperation extends to almost all walks of life. It's not just a technical or theoretical way to come together. I think India Week has succeeded mainly by bringing people together in very special ways. On this occasion, I would like to especially express our gratitude, our appreciation and our admiration for you, Consul General Mr. Braga. Without a doubt, you have been a major force in all of this, and your contribution has been superb. You hosted more than 12 India Week events in your consulate. And it has been widely admired that you have given a certain leeway to organizers, thereby making it possible to discuss India's challenges in critical and constructive ways as well. But our thanks for your efforts, for your dedication, must go beyond that. You are about to leave Hamburg Station, going back to the Indian capital. In those 3.5 years, you have made invaluable contributions, not just to one edition of India Week, but to 2. You set up the consulate in a new building, given it a new and better home. You have been instrumental during the G20 consultations. You have supported many delegations that are working to further our common task. So once again, on behalf of the Senate and on behalf of all those who have been doing so much to bring our two countries ever closer together, let me thank you for all you have done. For our regional government, working with you has always been a great pleasure and an honor. Your service to your country here in Hamburg has been excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to add 2 further points. First of all, I think in the immediate future, our two countries will grow even closer, as there are many common points of interest. In the area of economic cooperation, certainly, but also when it comes to questions of sustainability, or the protection of the environment, or the use of resources, or even the digital revolution. In 2021, Hamburg will host the World Congress on Intelligent Transport Systems, ITS, which will also be of interest to Indian companies and various government agencies. Both Hamburg and a number of large Indian cities deal with urban sustainable development. And similar to Hamburg, the Indian government has launched several initiatives such as the Smart Cities mission to face modern cities' challenges. I've heard that partnership programs are already running with the Hafen City University and Vijayawada in South India. So second, we are going good, but I'm certain that we will be doing even better in the future, provided that our two countries never lose sight of the United Nations Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the respect for the rights of women and minorities, equality of all religions, and freedom of expression. On this basis, I look forward to to the coming years, and I thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Stapelfeld, for your interesting and brilliant speech. We will now have the pleasure of seeing a dance performance by Mr. Deodat Prasad, a professional dancer who is known for his strength, grace, and captivating charm. Because of his dancing talent, he was selected for a grant from the Indian government, the ICCR. He was accepted at India's most prestigious Kathak training institution, the National Institute of Kathak Dance in New Delhi. Under the watchful eye of Guru Pandit Rajendra Gangani, he completed his diploma and graduate studies with distinction. Guru Gangani Ji's training has played a crucial role in making Deodat the dancer he is today. Since his studies, Deodat has danced at various renowned festivals in India and has since given solo performances from South Korea to Guyana and even South America. He has found his new home in Göttingen, from where he conducts workshops and performances in various cities in Germany. The dance that he will perform today is the Jaipur style Kathak. It is characterized by a strong rhythm and numerous pirouettes and quick footwork. The rhythm of Teen Tal of a circle of 16 beats, which you will see now. Deodat, the stage is yours now.
Thank you.